Hey, it's Ty with Credit Suite. In this short video, I'm going to teach you how to use a little known about financial vehicle called peer-to-peer lending to actually get the money you need to start a business, to get your business off the ground. So if you're not familiar with what peer-to-peer lending is, well, let's dive in and talk about this. From Forbes, peer-to-peer lending is a new method of debt financing that allows people to borrow and lend money without a financial institution. Harnessing technology and big data, P2P platforms connect borrowers to investors faster and cheaper than any bank. So here's how this P2P works. Okay, the way that P2P financing works is you have private individuals that are investing their own money into privately owned companies. No banks, no financial institutions. So the money is faster to get than you're typically going to find through fintech or conventional banks. And it's easier to get with like as little as a 600 FICO score, you're able to get approved. And with this source, I'm going to show you the only one of the peer-to-peer lenders that are peer-to-peer platforms that focuses on startups. You're able to even get the money you need to get your business off the ground. Now, if your business is already up and running, well, check out our other training on all of our social channels on peer-to-peer lending, where we give you even more sources of P2P platforms that offer peer-to-peer lending. But let's get started with Upstart so you can get the money you need to get your business off the ground. So they've made over $300 million in loans at Upstart, and more than 90% of their borrowers are college grads. So they love startups. Startups are what they focus on. And if you've graduated college or if you're a young professional, Upstart loves you. They love college grads and they love young entrepreneurs. Now, when deciding whether to do a loan, they look at your FICO scores, average score of 600 or higher, educational background. Again, college will really help you here. And they're also targeting small business startups. So this is why I wanted to do this training to begin with, to introduce them to you. Now, over 94% of their loans are on track to be repaid in full. The reason I mention that is we hear all of this rhetoric about startups being so high risk in the lending space. And here's Upstart that focuses only on startups, and nearly 94% of all their loans are being paid back. So I guess there's something to that. As a matter of fact, I think they have the best payback of any of the other P2P platforms. So they offer loans up to $35,000. Makes sense. The average startup needs about 10 grand, and they loan up to $35,000, up to 5 years or up to 60-month terms. Interest rates from 4 to 26%. Pretty wide range, right? I love wide ranges in interest rates, because what it tells me is it tells me that they have really good financing for low risk borrowers, good FICO score borrowers, for example. And they also offer financing for higher risk borrowers, people with lower FICO scores. So that interest rate really has to do with your risk. Is your business a startup? Did you graduate college? What is your FICO score, et cetera? And then the interest rates depend on the grade. All of these P2P platforms have their own internal grading system that they use to determine if you should be approved and how much you may get. Now, if you're interested in investing with Upstart, well, with as little as $100, you can invest through their platform into other businesses. So you can actually get a rate of return by investing into other startup businesses. So something to consider there as well. And investors pay no fee. So if you're interested in investing with Upstart, that's a great option for you as well. Now, if a loan defaults, well, then Upstart refunds the investors by using the origination fee. Therefore, if loans go bad, Upstart loses the money. The investor doesn't. So if you're interested in investing into other privately owned businesses, Upstart's a great way to go. So make sure that you check out our other training on other peer-to-peer lending sources, places like Prosper that started this trend in P2P lending. Other places like Lending Club are the biggest in the space, or Funding Circle. That's the most highest loan amounts, up to $500,000. We've got a lot of training on our social channels. You can access them all at the top right of our website, creditsuite.com. And don't forget to grab our free guide on 27 ways to get cash for your business. And that's available at creditsuite.com/27 ways. The number 27 ways. That's the number 2, the number 7, the word ways. So if you go to creditsuite.com/27 ways, you can grab our guide, our free guide on 27 killer ways to get cash for your business.